Okay, the next thing is directory traversal or command injection. Now with this, the attack manipulates user input and it's going to cause the application to traverse a directory structure and access files that are not necessarily intended to be visible. So in other words, if I have the ability to go into an application, a website, what have you, inject some code and say, instead of pulling up this specific file, actually backtrack, go up a couple layers and pull up a file that I'm not supposed to have access to. But if I'm able to craft that manipulative injection, I can very well do that. I can go up maybe 1 level, 2 levels, 3 levels up, maybe to the root of that directory structure that I'm currently sitting in from a web browsing perspective, and maybe open up a command file or a configuration file, password files. So basically, as we know, a directory has, of course, top-level directories and then subdirectories. Typically, a website will sit inside of a directory within a larger folder structure on a web server. Well, wherever we happen to be sitting, if I were able to go in and initiate what's known as a backslash or a // attack, I can go in and kind of step up, climb the ladder, so to speak, and get into folders that I'm not supposed to have access to. All right, in other words, backtracking. So once I do that, I'm able to peek inside and really get access to things that I shouldn't be seeing. Configuration files, as I mentioned, user password files, some sensitive information that really should not be accessible. So there are some ways and some permissions that can be set to mitigate that. But it's something as a security professional we should be aware of, that this type of attack is possible, and then test against that to make sure that we've hardened our servers to make sure that these things, or this type of directory traversal, is not possible, or at least not very easily achievable.